Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Orlando the Legend, aka Big T, and this is another episode of the I Can't Make This Up podcast. It's a very lovely Sunday full of clouds and a chance for the opportunity for the Washington football team to go ahead and clinch that division if we can whoop Philly at 8 o'clock tonight. But who knows? At this point, anything's possible. But I got high hopes for 2021, and I hope you do too. I want to introduce my next guest. He's a DC native, stand-up comedian, actor, radio personality, and his humor will make you think. And at the same time, he's just a damn fool. Meeting him today, I got a very laid-back, chill impression of him, and I think you'll feel the same way once you get to know his style of comedy and who he is as a person. My next guest, everybody, Simon Says.
Yo, yes, Ersky. What's up, man?
What's up with you?
See, man, I'm cool, man. Like you said, I can't make this up, man. Like, thank you for having me this Sunday, man.
Well, me and Pat go back to 2000 and might have been 3 or 4. It might have been, no, I take it back. It might have been between 5 and 6. So, we 16 years in the game, knowing each other. And you know how it happens when you grow up with people, you make connections. And, when you start to evolve, all types of things happen. He said, and, after I had him on the show, he was like, a good person to have on would be you. He
Yes,
gave
sir.
a little background on you. We connected, and this is what we got today.
And Pat got 35 years in, man. 35, man. I met that Bama in 1984. I walked in the daycare. First thing he said to me, you got a big ass head. And I couldn't fight him because at that time, it's too older. It was like 5 of them. The whole Patrick family was in the daycare center. So, I mean, anything about C. Pleasant, they deep. So you fight one, you got to fight them all. So we was cool by default.
Cool by default. If it wasn't for that,
I probably would have swung on him.
That's how friendships start. If you think about it, with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you instantaneously click, and then other times you just you fight them, and then you know what, we got that out the way.
I ain't never tell him that though. Him and his family. That's probably why I probably became a comedian. Cause coming up with them, Jonah, man, I was younger than them. I was like a year younger than Pat. So they're older cousins.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dog and all that, Mike and all them. But they was rough, man. Then once I could out John them, man, I was like, I could take on the world because them Bama was going for the gusto. They was going for the throat. They was hurting your feelings, make you go home change your clothes type of Jonas. And, in the 80s, you had to fight in Joan. It wasn't that was before the gunplay came into play early 80s. We was fighting in Joan, and you had to do that and swim, play basketball.
So, trust me, I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s. And I got all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I learned the hard way that because I wasn't that type of person. I wasn't the Jonah type person. I was a more chill, laid back. But then I realized I was getting mad and I was ready to fight everybody when I could just say something about your face and get you there instead of me going there. You know what I'm saying? But I had people just fire me up just by stepping on the school bus. Oh, look at this nigga head. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized that, fuck that shit. I'm just going to say something about his shoes. And then next thing you know, you realize, hey, you a little bit more fucked up than me. I just got this head. But your outfit and everything, you fresh out of dumpster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I caught on early if I can make the females laugh and embarrass you with that. I mean, not only was you not going to get no play, you know what I'm saying? And I was out Joni. I always catered like jokes towards like females gonna laugh too. I learned that at an early age because, my style of comedy, even now, is catered to it's a mostly female audience anyway. So I learned that early. Like if I can get the bras to laugh, you was embarrassed because that's the one thing about a dude coming up with this area. You did not like the girls out laugh you because then you look weak. How you gonna overcome that? So. And you insult a Bama like that, you gotta know how to fight because he's gonna go to fighting after that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you right. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to my audience?
Yo, Simon Says, man. Born in Washington D.C. raised in Sea Pleasant, Maryland. Spent a little bit of time in Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm back now, man. I'm happy to be home again. Family situation brought me back home, but I'm home and I'm making the best of this situation. Doing I don't even call it a pandemic. It's a bandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a great year. 2020 was good for me. You know what I'm saying? I hope 2021 is even better. I ain't had no complaints with 2020 other than, few losses as far as like people, death.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody took some losses with that. But not because of COVID, just lost some good friends and stuff like that. But it was a good year. I had nothing but time. I reevaluated myself, and it was like God's plan of slowing me down. And not only did he slow me down, he made me well aware of who I am, because I was going 100 miles an hour, man, just go, go, go. But there's really nowhere to go this last year. You know what I'm saying? We're in a new year now, but this last year was an eye-opener, man. It helped me. I started 2 businesses, because comedy had slowed all the way down,
Okay.
Even A-list celebrities, Kevin Hart was doing comedy in his basement, so you wasn't no shows going on as far as comedy. I know a lot of rappers that were still touring. Like I said, I was in Atlanta up until like the end of November, and I think Atlanta only closed down for 1 weekend. That was it. Atlanta was wide open. I seen Moneybagg Yo and come through Atlanta like 40 times over the pandemic. I'm like, how is he still touring, getting money? Him and Lil Boosie was getting money during the pandemic. So I said, man, this. So I had to pick up another hustle. I said, man, they still hustling, man. People still buying stuff. Not only that, I watched owner of Amazon become a billionaire. So I'm like, people still buying stuff. People still buying stuff. It's just all who's selling it. You know what I'm saying? Like people just sitting at home. Everybody ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how they got their money. I really don't care. But I'm gonna spend money in 2020, especially black people. So it was just the point of, man, how could I get some of it? So, I had to think outside the box and come up with different ventures and different avenues to get on, man. It wasn't just about the money all the time. It was about I had a good peace and calmness come over me this last year. Because I used to be, like you said, when you introduced me, I'm laid back now. If you'd have met me a year or 2 ago, I was always hype. But age and wisdom, you got to slow walk things. And I kind of like, I'm at that point now where it's like, I don't got to be the loudest person in the room no more, Okay. So I can let somebody else be on Front Street. But, when it's go time, turn on them lights, put the money up, I can go.
So your career took you to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's what took me to Atlanta. I was doing small film in Atlanta, doing YouTube web series in Atlanta. Was actually writing one before the pandemic. Then the pandemic kind of slowed a lot of stuff up. So I'm actually going to pick it back up here and start doing the casting up here. Had an idea. So I'm just going to pick it back up. But, the land don't make the man make the land. So it ain't even, I used to be on that, man, I got to leave here. I feel as though DMV people, man, we get tired of leaving our loved ones to go live in Cali and Atlanta and all that. It's time we just make the best of what's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough of us here. It's enough of networking here, but you just got to branch out or make your own wave, because ain't nobody going to help you. Ain't nobody going to give you. Now, you just got to make your wave and then cater to the customer.
A lot of people don't understand that or don't think that way. Me and Pat was having a conversation, I want to say 2 days ago. No? Yeah, 2 days ago. About how things used to be back in the day, or depending on what generation you came up, how you carried yourself and things you go about doing. He was saying, that meme that goes around that once your grandmother died, the family fall apart?
Yeah.
That's true in other aspects of your life too. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we was younger, we could go to certain stores and the owners knew us because we grew up around them, we patrons, and they would look out for us.
Right.
And now, a lot of people, if they new to the community due to gentrification or just coming in starting their own thing, it's like everyone in here is probably out here to steal from me, so I don't trust nobody.
Right.
Or one person fucks it up for everybody else, so now you can't go into certain places and get like credit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the shit that we need to get back on. At least I feel as though, because like we were saying earlier, everyone's out to do them and work on them, and they don't know how to uplift each other, and they don't know how to look out for each other. So now we at the point where it's just like everyone's start. You know what I'm saying? There's a thousand small businesses instead of 100 strong ones.
Yep. It's just a whole bunch of people just doing a lot of stuff, and they're just throwing it out there hoping that something stick. And not only that, the difference is now is people just don't respect something. Like, I mean, when we came up, you had to respect. Even honor, it was honor amongst these killer, respect killers. I ain't even on no street shit, but you know, like you knew not to play with that man. It's certain people you could play with, but it's certain people, you know, like if I go there with them, it's either him or me. So I'm gonna just not go there with them, and we're gonna have a conversation, have to sit down. You gotta respect something. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, people don't respect now. They just think you can do what you want to do. You really can't do what you want to do to everybody, because everybody not gonna play with you, or everybody not your friend, or everybody don't have the same values and morals that you have. So you have to surround yourself with people who got your answers, get away with people who got your problems. And a lot of times, that's why I was coming up. I was thinking everybody had love for me. I made myself so easy to love. How can somebody not like me? Oh, trust me. They find a reason not to like you. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe because you're too successful, or maybe because you on the cusp of something. People find a way not to respect you. But, you know, it's getting back to the days of like, I think the pandemic kind of like, it kind of slowed a lot of people down, and now there's gonna be when things open back up, it's gonna be the best of the best. Now it ain't gonna be a whole bunch of just because he a comedian because he funny on Instagram, booking for a show for $1,000. Them days over now, bro. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like I love internet comedians and I love what they stand for. No knock on it, but you know a lot of them will go viral one video and be like, I'm a comedian, then go get a show and all these people come see him. You not ready, man. Just because you can make somebody laugh on your phone, you gotta respect this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can play 2K really good, but I ain't about to say I can go play against LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different, bro. It's different levels, and I'm so yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it look easy, but a lot of them, I'm talking about a lot of them, they get out here on this mic. When they put this mic in front of them, I see it all the time. Like, yeah, you funny in front of a phone, but it's hard to transition that over. And I'm happy that the ones that are successful doing it, they able to do it. But it's a lot of them that was just in a way because everybody was just doing it. Everybody was making a way. I'm a comedian, getting booked, going on the road. I just think just like rappers now, you know, it's like the best of the best gonna have to shine now. So we're gonna see what 2020 will have in store.
2021.
That's weird, ain't it? Yeah. 2021.
I seen a meme yesterday that said people ain't even thinking about what 2021 is saying. It's like saying 2020, like the year 2020 won against everybody else.
It's a new decade, man. We believe it or not, it really ain't really think about it. Another 10 years has gone past since 2000. This is a whole new decade, man. All that, this my year. We gonna see. You ain't gotta talk it. Everybody always talk, this is a new year, new me. This gonna be the year. You said that every year. What's gonna be different this year? What's gonna set you apart from what you did in 2019, 2020?
I'm making preparations for the end of 2021 right now. So I got goals in mind and everything I want to do and accomplish, and I'm making that shit happen. I can't speak for everybody else. I know a lot of people that, you know, fucked up 20 G's worth of unemployment money. And in 2020,
ain't nothing to show for
it. If I was unemployed and I was getting what certain people was getting, I would be in my own space right now. I wouldn't have had to save to start my LLC. I wouldn't have been, reaching out to certain people and having to, do matchmaking. I could be in a situation where I could make those direct connections, but I wasn't afforded that opportunity, and I'm glad, I'm an essential worker still to this day, and I gotta get it out the mud. There was no hazard pay for me.
Yeah.
There was no, look out for the cookout in that aspect. I was out here doing it and getting treated like ain't nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. I take my hat off to you, bro. So I sat back. I'm actually in school for HVAC now, but I started a lawn care business when I was in Georgia, and I actually was getting money off my YouTube channel, so that was cool on that. And then I just sat back and watched a lot of people fuck up a lot of money, whether it was like unemployment. I seen everybody run the California scam, and I was like, damn, man, I'm too scared at 40 to be scamming, but I seen Bammers with who ain't had no money, had money this year. I was like, damn, 40 bands and they showing how you do that? That they tell you. I'm like, yeah, no, it wasn't even Susu though. Like they was doing I ain't gonna say too much because that means I know too much, but they was doing the scam, and I'm like, yeah, damn, like that's crazy. Like everybody was getting money, but now here come January, all the money gone. What happened to the money? Like, that's the thing about money. If you don't understand money, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing about money enhances who you really are. If you watch a person that got a free check, black people always think, because I ain't got to pay no bills this way, I got a free check. You know, who you are, whether you go out here and smoke it all up, drink it all up, trick it all up, that's who you really are when you got some money. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to be humble when you broke. It's easy to pray when you broke. But once you get somebody some money, and they just go ball out, or they a businessman, or they entrepreneur, that's the real them, you know what I'm saying? That's when you come out when you got some money. So I saw a lot of people real character this year when they got some money, and a lot of people some damn fools.
Yeah.
So
you started a landscaping business?
Yeah.
In Atlanta?
Yeah. I'm bringing all my stuff up here too, so hopefully when, it's a lawn care business, so everything, once a lot of stuff, when the weather breaks, I'm get back into it if I choose to, but shout out to good friends of mine who told me about this HVAC class I got in. It's a little program in the District of Columbia, so I'll be finished that around March.
Okay.
So, I got ideas with that too. I'm gonna do a million things to some things make me millions, man. That's all. I'm just gonna throw, I ain't gonna lie. Just got nothing but time, man. I don't work, so, I'm making the best of it. And this was like, a great year for me financially, so I ain't struggling. I save money. I ain't had to spend a whole lot of money, so, shout out to Donald Trump, I guess. So.
He was great for small business.
Yeah, he was great for small business, man. Terrible. I don't get into all the politics. You like who you like. Ain't none of them been that great. But if you want to ask me, I've seen this man put a lot of money in black people's hands, and it was up to you. It was up to you. This year was, especially this last year, it was like, you could get some money. It's just on how you gonna go about getting it, because
everyone's not privy to certain information, or they don't do the research themselves. They just see people attain shit and then try to figure out the quickest way to do it without doing the work. And that's the problem. Because I know plenty of people that say, if I had this, I could make this happen. There are all types of grants out there that give people, let's say $20,000 to start a business. Only thing you have to do is do the research, fill out the application, have a business plan, and make this shit happen. And it don't even have to be that much. You can let's say you wanted to do a t-shirt company. At the lease, let's say they got a grant for $5,000. You come to them the right way and you do your research, you put that work in, you can get that. And that's something you don't have to pay back.
Yeah. You said the key word though, put that work in though. That's in everything. That's why a lot of people, I'm gonna spin it on the comedy aspect. A lot of people talk, Kevin Hart ain't funny, Kevin Hart this and that and the third. But one thing about Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart can sit in front of them people and take the meetings and tell them, look, this is why you need to invest in me. I'm gonna get your money back. You got to understand, people want to be put in a position where there's an equity position. They want to give you some money. They want to loan you some money because that's how they make money. But they got to see the bigger picture. Like, how am I gonna get this money back? How am I coop this money back if I give it to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just another fly by night business. Like you was just speaking of, like, you want to start a t-shirt company, but I got to see the value in it before I invest my $5,000 in it. Like, is this something that's going to pop off, or is this something you think going to pop off? Sell this to me. You know what I'm saying? We were sitting in front of a guy right now. He told us, I can put y'all in a position to change your life. Just give me a plan. You ain't even got a plan. Like, if right now somebody came to you and be like, man, I can change you. I invest whatever you ask me for right now. Just make it make sense to me. Do you have that plan right now? I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about people in general. Like, Are you ready for that? Because a lot of people ain't ready for that. They say they are, but they just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out here. It's actually investors now that's really looking towards our color because they understand like the black dollar too powerful. Like you don't. It's not a business out here that's that successful without the black dollar. We make people successful. So when they start looking towards the black dollar, they need a black face. Okay, boom. Here we go right here. Okay, we get this. I seen Tesla, I seen them giving cars away to celebrities and they drive it around and it make you want, I need a Tesla. It's good on the economy. Boom, boom, boom. Black people ain't know nothing about electrical cars. It's not nothing new, but you put it in the right person, you brand the right person, we jump on it. I seen a lot of stuff go like that. Stuff been out for years, but when we jump on it, it explodes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how powerful the black dollar is. But we just don't invest it in ourselves.
Man, you preaching to the choir right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna turn around. We don't invest it in ourselves, man. That's why, like you could come up with the same plan Gucci come up with, but I won't buy it from you because it's from you. I want a discount. I want a hookup from you. You know what I'm saying? The question I'm gonna ask for you is instead of how much do you charge, I'm gonna ask you how much you gonna charge me. That's already looking for a deal right there. The way I worded it, right? Because that way you like, how much I'm gonna charge you? I got to give you a discount because you asking for one instead of how much do you charge? And you say your price, cool. Then if you say, but you my man, I'm gonna look out for you. Cool, but they ain't gonna do that over here with these people. They not cutting no deals unless it ain't selling. So it's just a whole the mindset of our people, man. We got to get out, man. We still slaves in our own mind, man. That's just been us. It ain't even slavery been over for years, but we still been enslaved, and it's crazy. It's been time to get out of that mindset because all white people ain't rich, all black people ain't poor. So we can definitely make a change, man. I think this year, the last year now, I keep saying this year, 2020, kind of showed a lot of people the wave, man. Like, you say you gonna get it, but how? Like, because the world stood still and people were still making money. Like, what happens if it happened again? Because we don't know if this cure is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know if this the end all or be all with this thing. And it might slow down again. So how you gonna keep how you gonna pay your bills? How you gonna keep income coming in? If you got kids, how you gonna feed them? Because my 3-year-old don't understand that we in a pandemic. All she know is she want this and she knows she's supposed to eat this time of day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, it's different, man. But I'm happy. I like. Sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable to be comfortable because everything is traditional. Like, you ever went to church? I don't know if you.
Yeah.
You walked into church. Church started at 11. You walk into church. Normally, when you walk in, it's praise and worship in the black church first.
Mm-hmm.
If you walk in, they doing benediction first. You like, dang, I what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? We so used to tradition. Like, if things are not in order, or it's designed to go this way. But what happens when things don't go the way you think it's planned? How you gonna? What you gonna do?
As a black person, I know that I'm used to shit not being right. And I'm not saying that every situation I've been in, when it comes to family or business or whatever, was all unorganized, especially if a black person was running it. What I'm saying is, I can pivot. You know what I'm saying? I could be like, oh, okay, y'all do it this way. I'm not gonna be shook into my core or discombobulated by that. Everyone ain't ready for that.
Everyone ain't ready for that. Everyone ain't ready for that.
So 2020 threw me for a loop, but from all the negative, I spawned as much positive out of it I could possibly. Like, I lost relationship, I lost people.
Yeah.
But I quit smoking cigarettes. I started my podcast. I started my clothing line. Simple and plain.
I saw that, right? And I was like, damn, I wanted that joint in 1X. I like that joint, man.
That's my size right there.
I like that joint, man. I
appreciate it. So I'm gonna do everything I can to put myself in a situation where I'm not living check to check. Multiple streams of income is the new wave, regardless to who you are or what you're doing. You got to think the next, what's my next 5 steps? Not my next step, what's my next 5 steps? You know what I'm saying? On Christmas, I made 5 sales and my nephew was standing beside me. And he was like, hey, you ain't negotiating nothing like that when it came to your prices. I said, Do you go in McDonald's and say, let me get the Big Mac for $4? You know what I'm saying? So when you go in the stores, you got to go in there with that same mindset. The price is that. If you want a discount, you talking about, let's say, bulk rates. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want 20 hoodies? Okay. Then it makes sense because I know you're going to come and get 20 hoodies from me again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to think smart and don't go against yourself. Don't pivot because someone's putting money in your face. Money's gonna come. It's the connections that people get that they don't realize that they possibly fucking up by trying to, you know what I'm saying, show themselves. If you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in what you got?
Know your worth and taxes, man. That's what you gotta know your worth, and that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't know their own worth, man. You know, that's a lot of problem. You don't even have a plan. Like, you know, if you ain't planning, man, or you don't have a game plan, or you able to think on the fly. Because I mean, I know a lot of people that can think on the fly and they can maneuver like that. I can't, you know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of people that they make some of their best decisions. They ain't got to think long about it, you know. But if you don't have that type of mindset or be able to think on the fly, man, you kind of lost right now, man. Like, I don't even want to be around them kind of people that, you know, like they're stuck on that way. Because that way, it's contagious, man. Like they say, you hang around 5 rich motherfuckers, you gonna be the 6th one. You know what I'm saying? You hang around 5 broke motherfuckers, you gonna be, you know, like birds of a feather flock together. I mean, like, what we doing here? Like, what we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is getting closer to 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you serious? Like, you know, when you was young, you had these dreams. You gonna be this. You gonna be that. Okay, that ain't work. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do? You know, like you. My father always told me, you know, we go to work 8 to 10 hours a day working for somebody else's dream, but don't spend no time on our own dream. And he said, you know, he always used to say that old slogan, you know, chase your dreams or you'll spend the rest of your life working for somebody who chased theirs. I ain't understand that as a youth, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was 13, 14, I'm like, man, what are you talking about? Chase my. But as I got old, I'm like, you know, you go to work, they pay you $15 to $17 an hour to forget about your dreams. Whatever you make, you know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing a number out there. Because you go home, go to work, it's a routine. You go to sleep, look forward to tax season, back at it again, same routine. You ain't done nothing. Next thing you looked up, 10 years done passed you by.
I told myself when I was 25 and I realized what was happening, I realized that not only am I mad that I have to go to a place that's paying me way below what I'm worth, but now I'm in a situation where, you know, I'm saying like, damn, I wish I went to school and got this and got that. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking backwards. I'm not thinking what can, you know, that shit is done. I can't change the past.
So
you know what I'm saying? So about 5 years ago, I was working at FedEx, and my manager, you know what I'm saying, put me on game about, you know, what my boss was making per package and what he was paying me. And I decided right then and there, I can't keep working for somebody else because this motherfucker was making money. He had 15 routes, doing at least 200 packages every day. You paying us by the stop. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm making $225 a day, sometimes $300 a day. Compared to what you was making,
yeah,
pennies on the dollar. You know what I'm saying? So I told myself that I need to figure out how I'm going to do this, what I'm going to do, and I kept formulating these ideas and putting this shit together. But it wasn't until last year when I saw this podcast on YouTube and I seen 2 motherfuckers talking about everyday shit, but they just looked like they was having a regular conversation. I said, that's what I want. That's what I want right there.
Man, true story. I was 18 years old. It was like my second job. Working as a man. I mean, I was working as a security officer in Pentagon City at night. I'm gonna get into who the person was, but my supervisor was a she. We every night, big head, let's go get some eat. We walking out mall, ain't nobody breaking there. That year, a company bought my company out, so we had worked a lot of overtime. You know, it was a lot of overtime. It's like, I don't know if it's an anthrax scare, but we worked a lot of overtime. And when the company bought the company out, we didn't get paid. So you know how black people, when they check short, fuck this, I'm quitting. Man, we like, man, you know, you ain't quitting. She's a supervisor. She was already making, but I get it, because time and a half, she would have went from making 19 to like almost 30, you know what I'm saying? Check was short. Shawty ain't come back to work. Never again. I'm like, damn, Shawty just rolled out. Next thing I know, I see her. I'm making a sandwich, and I see her on TV. She on Baby Boy. I'm like, dang, that's Taraji. That was my supervisor. You know what I'm saying? So I seen her again in 2005, the big ticket weekend. I was working for a car company. I was working for a dealership, and we sponsored that weekend. We let her drive around in the cars. I had to actually pick her and Vivica Fox up, and she's so, big head, what you doing? How you been? I was like, man, what happened? She was like, man, you know, she had just lost her baby father. She was a single mother. She had she was doing auditions. She said, I had that check and my father matched me. I drove all the way to LA. Me and my son, we were sleeping in my car, was doing these auditions. And, you know, she was telling me how she had to wash her ass up sometime at McDonald's. My thing was, if her check never was short, if her check was right, she would have never left.
Yeah.
That was crazy to me, because that's what I got from that. I was like, damn, so it was kind of a blessing in disguise that your check was short, because if your money was right, you wouldn't have had no, I'm tired as I'm rolling out. You would have just been like, cool, let's work next week. Best thing that ever happened to her. Now she Academy Award winner, Oscar winner, you know what I'm saying? She different. Like, her whole life changed because she just jumped out there on faith. You know, like, she just rolled out. And I was like, damn, like, she really ain't come back to work. We was thinking, oh, she'll be back. She tripping, you know. She ain't never come back. That's crazy.
That's dope at the same time.
That is dope, bro. That was a whole game changer. So sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable to be comfortable, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, with you starting this podcast, you know what I'm saying? So, you ain't think you was ever gonna have the time, you know, but you know how people be like, they say something, I can't afford to. No, you can't afford not to. You know what I'm saying? Because another year could pass you by. And one thing about talent, it'll be taken away from you if you don't use it. If you got something on your heart and you ain't gonna use that talent and that knowledge, it'll slip away from you, because the longer you wait, is the ambition still gonna be there? Is it, you know, anything can change, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm glad you started it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad you started and you seem passionate about it, and this nothing but bigger and better things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna see, you know, I can't make this up, go further and further and further, you know what I'm saying? But I'm happy to be here on the ground level with, like, you first 6 months you get, because it's like the trial and error stage of it, but you seem to be very, just keep going, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just met you today, but, you know, I just gotta, just listening to your story, like how you still had to go to work every day and all this. You could have been asleep right now, bro. You called me over to do an interview. You know, I got up out my bed. I was like, man, I'm tired, but I'm going to go, because my word is my bond. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I say I'm going to do something, it had nothing to do with the connection. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we build good relationship, good business, because now you can trust my word. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had stood you up, you were like, this cat, you know what I'm saying? He said he was going to do something. You reached out to me yesterday, confirmed like you said you was. Boom. When you called out, I see you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I already know what this phone call was about, because you already had told me I'm going to call you Saturday to confirm, man. And you ain't had to text me this morning. I got up, boom, 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 told my old lady, look, I'm going to do this podcast. I'll be back later. Then I'm going to go home, change my clothes, go to the gym. You know, I'm big on that right now. Like, my thing is, 2015, I almost died of health reasons, you know what I'm saying? But I lost 120 pounds. So to me, that's more than money right now, my health. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I don't want to get that money and die. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, we got to change, man. We got to get healthy, bro. Like, I'm really trying to, like, you know, it's hard. Don't get it twisted. I smoked cigarettes for 20 years. I stopped 3 years ago, bro. So I take my hat off to you. That first year, the roughest, especially if you consume alcohol, it's rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a kiss and a hug. They go hand in hand together.
You
know?
That.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Because of the situation I was in, my previous employer, I was working, 9 to 5, weekends off. I was on routine, and because of quarantine, I couldn't do shit on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna quit because I'm tired of. I told myself back shit. Remember when cigarettes was $2.50 a pack?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I told
movies ago.
myself when they cost $5, I'm gonna quit. I end up paying damn near $8 a pack up until this year. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So I did the math on how much money I spent on cigarettes, and I was like, all that money I could have used, I could have been anywhere doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So I got a prescription for Chantix. I took that shit for like 2-3 months, and like within the first month, all my cravings for nicotine disappeared.
and yeah, and when it disappeared, it just smelled nasty. You think about it, like, man, what the hell I was doing,
Yeah.
man. Then I'm gonna tell you how crazy. When I moved to Georgia, got down there, Newport 100s was $4.86. I was like, damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I was already out gone now. I'm already 2 years out the woodwork now, so I'm like, damn. I know I'd have bought 2 or 3 packs at that price. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm glad because that was a habit, boy. That was an expensive habit too, because that was like, you know, whatever your addiction is, you I don't judge nobody because whatever your addiction is, it's hard, and that's a terrible thing. Because I remember being 363 pounds, couldn't breathe. But I had to have that daggone cigarette. I like liquor,
Mm-hmm.
It was a thing. You craved it after you ate. It just made the food taste better.
Yeah.
But that's all mental, though. You know what I'm saying? That's all mental. So, and I'm like I said, if you could shake especially cigarette habit, man, you could do anything, man, because that's a stronghold. That's like
one of the most addictive things on earth is nicotine.
Nicotine. And sugar. That's the hardest things to shake. I knew the change was I could do anything. 2 things changed. When I cut my locks, because I was so attached to them, I had long hair. When I cut that, I was like, man, nothing got a strong hold on me again. And then, of course, losing my mom, it was like, man, life too short. You know what I'm saying? Life too short, and we don't know when it's going to end. You got to make the best of this whole situation. But that cutting my hair was nothing that I can walk away from anything other than my kids, and not think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing ever again in life gonna have that much of a stronghold on me. If it's becoming a problem, I don't got time for it no more. I'm just at that point in my life where it's like, fuck it. And you gotta get that. You gotta get that, man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. I walked out of 2020 and into 2021, with 5 months of that on my brain constantly. Like, I can't worry about how I fucked up, money, or, how I let people get over me and shit. Like, ain't shit I can do about that.
No, nah, hell no. What you gonna? Because you're gonna make yourself angry. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you gonna do? One thing I look about money: if somebody owe you some money, you probably paid them to stay out your life.
Exactly.
If I gave you $20 and you don't return the $20, it cost me $20 for you to leave me the fuck alone. Because now you can't get no more from me. Fool me once. That's the
never again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I'm in a situation where I don't have anybody that owes me anything. I owe myself to keep going and to be bigger and better than I was the day before.
And one thing about yourself, you can't lie to yourself, and you can't let yourself down. You got to hold yourself accountable. Because when you look in the mirror, you can look in the mirror and be happy with it. I tried and I did it my way, even if it didn't work. But it's something about it when you ain't give it your all. You can't stand that. Mm-hmm. You can't, because you can make an excuse. Oh, it's this person's fault, but nah, bro, it's your fault. You ain't get it done because you had all the time and opportunities and the resources to get it done. Might not have the monetary stuff, but you had the resources to do this. So if you never had got this started right here, I think it would have hurt you. The longer you kept going and seeing other people doing it and be like, I could do that shit. Damn, I would have did that. I could have had, man, by now I could have, blah, blah, blah. It'll hurt you. So you getting it started, this something going to be good for you because you're hard into it. This something you really want.
Yeah, I told myself back in June when I first started, if I had only started back then where I initially wanted to do it, where would I be right now?
Yeah, but you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. You probably wasn't ready. You understand what I'm saying? Like now, it's the time now. Things happen like that. You know what I'm saying? You be thinking, damn, I should have did. I wish I'd have started comedy when Def Jam was taping shit. I would have known where I'd be at now. But ain't nothing being taped. A lot of us stand-up comedians, we kind of like, we don't have a comic view or none of that. But we still got to make shit happen. You know, Kevin Hart is the last of the Def Jam era. After him, it's like, who next? You know?
So how did you get into comedy?
The story went like this. I always was on a block telling stories, making people laugh. So my guy made, rest in peace, my man John, he night before Father's Day, 2008, he said, man, I'm gonna take you to the comedy club, man. We're gonna go to comedy. I'm gonna pick you up tomorrow in the old school. Pick up tomorrow in the old school, take you down to the comedy club, man. Let you get 3 minutes. I already talked to the promoter. The promoter at the time was and he was the host, Billy the Kid. All right, man, cool, let's do it. I sat around, I waited. Father's Day, wait. He never showed up. Like, damn, fuck going on, you know? Then my mother called me. She was like, I'm sorry for your loss. I know how close you and him were. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. I'm like, what y'all talking about? I ain't watching the news that day. I turned on the news. That night, we was just together that night before. He said, man, he dropped me off. Like, I'm about to go pick the girls and my wife up. They getting their head down and we can go in the house. As he went to go pick his wife and girls up, he go home. He noticed his door was open. He told his family to stay in the car. Got it. He walked in the house. Somebody was in his house, home invasion. They shot him, killed him. I ain't never seen my man again. I was just with him the night before. So I didn't know he shared this vision with his wife. She had hit me up after we buried him and all that. That was June. So July, John really wanted you to, you know, do this comedy thing. I was like, yeah, but I ain't thinking about that right now. You know, I'm thinking about I gotta get some money now. You know, like got bills to pay, and it's some money out there for people who marry unsolved murders. They give you some money. You know, a lot of people don't know about that. Like that's the police are paid to protect and serve, so they don't say, hey, look, you know, we found the person who killed your such and such, so and so. They give you a couple of dollars and you got to go get it though. They're not gonna just offer you that if you don't know about it. Mm-hmm. They gave her some money. She gave me $5,000 and a car. She gave me his old car, $5,000, and that kind of like helped me get started because I was able to pay little bills and cushion. I wasn't working. I was try fake trap, whatever. And I didn't have a car at the time. I was going through my second divorce, so I had to I was able to get around, and that's my story. That's how I really got started. And every time I be wanting to give up, I just think of like sacrifices a lot of people made for me. You know what I'm saying? I owe it to myself, but I had a lot of people that, you know, girl she dead now. She used to run a go-go band. She fat cat. She used to take me to all my comedy shows, you know, like take me to get on stage. She died, heart attack, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was my dog. Like we was like, you know, she was into women. That was my dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I crash and burn over her house, you know what I'm saying? Like take me to trips out of town, take me to Philly, take me up New York. You know, like I still like wear that burden on my back. Like I can't let them down. Like I know they still like rooting for me. So, you know, but I had a lot of key deaths, moms, grandma, uncle. You know, I've been married 4 times. I had a lot of personal fuck ups in my life. So a lot of that kind of like held me back from. When your personal life ain't together, it's hard to get that. It's hard to do. When your personal life ain't together and shit fucked up, it's hard, man. It's hard to really get what you want to manifest and things that you want in your life to do because you can't think. Like I'm going through divorces, I'm losing properties, I'm losing money, you know, I'm losing loved ones. But, you know, I had to humble myself. I had to swallow a humble pill and was like, it's me. You know, I had to, you know. It's this, and I can't control who died and all that. I can't control that. But a lot of situations was self-inflicted. And, you know, I'm glad that I was able to wisen up before it was too late. So now it's like I can chase this dream without any burdens, any wishing I would have did things a different way. I don't dwell on that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a probably reason why I had to go through that so I could tell this story the way I tell it on stage because now people relate to it because they can actually see it in your eyes. Like, oh yeah, he been through some shit. Like when I talk about divorces and losing property and cheating and all that, you know, it ain't something I heard. It's something I've been through. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about stuff, it's like, damn, like that nigga crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But shit, you had to go through this. You had to lose. I had to lose everything. I mean, I'm married 4 times, bro. Like, this ain't no game. I'm 41. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no joke. I can't make this up. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, I can't make this up. This is real life shit. But man, your story is your story, my story, my story. But I had to go through it, man. And I'm glad I went through it because now it's like, I see people and it's like, damn, I thought my life was in shambles, man. You been through some shit. like, oh, you been through that? Like, I got jokes, dark jokes. Mm-hmm. But when I make it funny, it's like, oh, man, I thought I was the only one. Nah, it's a lot of people that can, like they say, laugh at your pain because they actually going through it too. So I'm glad I was able to go through it and weather the storm and come out on the other side and still able to tell my story because it's the funnest thing I've ever done, man. It's just, I can't believe I get paid for this shit. Like, I've traveled, put up in hotels, just talking shit. Like, I can't believe this shit. Like, I had this thing about, man, I have one of the greatest gifts to talk shit and get paid for it. Mm-hmm. And people gravitate to that. And, you know, I don't buy my followers on no social media. They've been with me through the ups and downs. My personal life been put on Front Street. I've been laughed at. Oh, you got caught cheating again, man. I went through all that. My exes putting my shit online, throwing my shit out, I done been through it all, man, but I ain't hurt nobody behind it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't killed myself behind it. I'm still here and I'm laughing about it. And now, in order to get over it and tell it at a peace, I had to get over it. Now I can talk about my ex-wife throwing away all my left shoes, you know, and then write me a note. Now your sorry ass ain't got no choice but to get right. But when I walked in the house and saw all right shoes on the goddamn floor. Now you laughing, Big T. When I saw all right shoes on the damn floor, that shit wasn't funny.
Nah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I've done that before. You know what I'm saying? I had a very disrespectful young lady try to play me. So you can say I'm the king of petty or whatever the case may be. One thing I don't do is disrespect. Mm-hmm. So she was doing this whole I'm with my cousin shit. And one of her friends put me in the game. Oh, no, that's not her cousin. That's some nigga she fucking. Oh, okay. So that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I took all her left shoes. I took the knobs off her stove, off all her drawers. I took the shelves out the refrigerator. I took all the couch cushions, and I tossed them shits.
Yeah, you petty.
You know what I'm saying? All shit that I was taking care of at the time. You know what I'm saying? I believed in her, and I looked out for her, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take this TV up out of here that I got you, and I'm all this other shit that, you know what I'm saying, that I was doing for you. Yeah, I don't think you deserve that. So now she had to replace the knobs and shit like that. You know, I was going to take one of the legs off all the chairs, but them shit was all together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I done petty shit, but you king. I done unplugged the refrigerator, let all the food go bad. I done took that little plate out the microwave that when it spin around, now it make that sound when you try to warm up your coffee.
Yeah. I mean, shit you can't pick up at the store. Nah, you gotta replace everything.
But look, I had the pettiest shot. My ex, she took my car, and I watched her. She took my car. When I finally caught up to her, she was on Texas Avenue. She kept going up and down, running the red lights over and over and over again.
Damn.
25 times, 26 times. You can't fight that. Mm-mm. Man, I was so mad. Man, look how much that cost me a grip, man. It was young. But when I tell that story on stage, all the females laugh, but I ain't find that shit funny that night. I'm looking at the police. I was like, man, get this bitch. She like, shit, what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying?
You had to find the humor.
Yeah, you got to, man. Or you gonna, but that's in life. You got to find the peace in the humor. Anything. Or you'll hurt somebody, man. Or you gonna hurt yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be at peace with decisions you made or didn't make. And you got to get over it. Or it's going to consume you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't dwell on what you didn't do or what you did. everybody make mistakes or everybody don't make mistakes. You know, I learned from mistakes. You know, it's all on what you do after you make the mistake. I learned from, you know, every time I unzip my zipper to cheat, it costs me money. I don't, you know, when I go to court, it's 2 words you never want to hear, all rise. You know what I'm saying? Because I told the judge, like, when I got divorced, I'm like, Your Honor, how can I win the state versus me? I was only married to this bitch. How I'm the whole state versus me? Like, ain't no way I could win. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't married to the state. Oh, you's a wise ass. Maybe you pay spousal support. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be on the wrong end of that, on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all the laws are women and children. So you don't want to be on the wrong end of that. That's a whole nother conversation, you know. But I'm happy that I went through it and able to talk about it because, you know, now people pay good money for me to talk about it.
So what made you get married 4 times?
I can't be single, T. I need somebody to lie to. I ain't gonna lie to you, T. I tried that single shit. It's not for me, man. You know, but realistically though, my parents, my father's still alive, but my mom, they was married almost 60 years. Mm-hmm. I kind of always been chasing what they've been had. But, you know, we in a different time. Like, my mom went through a lot of shit with my dad. She ain't never leave him, you know, or he ain't never leave her. You know, now we ain't putting up with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to go through some shit. You know what I'm saying? 60 years, you went through some shit. Like, you know, we get cheated on, we gone. Oh, especially with social media, because your business get on social media, the woman gone. It's over. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to do that now. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to the people that's got that time, man. And I've been chasing that. You know, I've always wanted a family, like under one roof, waking up to my wife and kids. I've always wanted that. But, you know, it's a lot that really come with being with a person all that time, waking up every day. It's the same woman I'm going to fuck every single day. I got to hear this shit every day. And, you know, popularity and a little bit of fame, that made it even harder to be faithful. You know what I'm saying? But when you keep losing everything, you like, man, that shit ain't worth it, bro. Like, fuck that shit. If I get divorced again, it ain't going to be because of that. You ain't going to beat me up with that same shit no more. But
you know what I found out? And just in my opinion, love, number 1, it sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
And 2, finding somebody that annoys you and you don't mind it, that's how you know what I'm saying, you love that person, because it's certain people that can do little stuff to agitate you and you gotta get
you gotta get the fuck away from them, bro.
But if someone can aggravate you and you can wake up beside them every day, that's the person you need on your side for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
my thing is, you know, I had to threaten my wife, you know, like, look, we will go see Jesus tomorrow. You keep fucking playing with me. You ain't there threatening to kill her and them. Look, I can't make this up. Hey, look, I always look, bitch, we will die together. You keep fucking with me. So, you know, like, that's love, man. So love, like you said, it creep up on you. And when you find yourself, you can't live with or without that person, man, it's love, man. Like, I ain't no good single, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, me just not having nobody to answer, I need that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm reckless if I'm single, bro. I tried that shit for like a year, bro. I was reckless. I'm surprised I didn't have AIDS, bro. I was going ham. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like condoms, so
ODB.
I'm just going stupid dumb. Like, no, boy, no. Stop it. Like, no, you're gonna kill yourself. You need somebody to come home and be held accountable. I'm just one of them people that I need to hold accountability. Like,
somebody
check my ass. Yeah, check me. Don't let me. No, don't do it, because I do it. But as I got older, now I'm older now, you know what I'm saying? That was a few years back, but now I'm older. I can sit in the house and cool out, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to be running distracted. My phone right there, ain't nothing going on, you know? Ain't nothing going on. Because you get tired of that. You got to keep a lot going. It's too hard now, man. Like, and nowadays, if they snitching on rich people, you don't stand a chance. They done snitched. They done told on Tiger Woods and all that. They got millions and billions. What make you think a couple $100 you gonna be, boy, it's over for you, man. These Jones ain't ready to be no side chicks and all that no more. Them days are over, bro. Like, they gonna talk. Any female that ever told me I'm not like all the rest of these bitches, yes you are. Any female that told me, all right, I ain't gonna do this, yes you are. Soon as she call you, you gonna sing it all. Yeah, he was just over here. I done been there. You can't tell me nothing. You had some thorough ones that might be like, nah, we just kicking it, ain't that? But if she go through and call all of them gonna say the same thing, bro. It's not worth it, bro. Cause and when you flip the thing, you ain't stupid. If you find out your old lady getting hit by another nigga, you not staying, bro. Like,
Nah.
you not staying. Like, you ain't staying, cause you're not gonna put up with people that yesteryear put up with no more. Cause it's too many out here. You can go, man, fuck that shit. I go get a love. You know what I'm saying? But the grass ain't green on the other side because everybody got a lot of bullshit with them, bro. Everybody got a lot of bullshit with them. And if you got a good female these days and time, man, stay with her, bro. Like,
yeah, you ain't never lied about
stay with them because it come from broken homes, so they don't know how to love a man. They either been touched by their uncle, so they got, I don't know what the fuck be wrong with these females nowadays. They just the pickings are thin. So if you find a good one, see.
I learned that depending on who you are, depending on how you've been brought up, sometimes you ain't ready for that. Like you can find that one person, that other half of you, but at least from my experience, and I'm pretty sure other people can understand where I'm coming from. If you're not ready for that, you could fuck that. You could fuck that up, and you don't want to fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? I learned the hard way that I did find somebody like that, but
You weren't ready.
I wasn't ready. So now, you know what I'm saying, me like others, you know what I'm saying, you gotta fix yourself before, you know what I'm saying, you ready for that shit. And a lot of people, just young men in general, you know what I'm saying, a lot of dudes don't know how to talk to females unless they trying to fuck.
Yeah. And not only that, T, hurt people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not only that, it ain't even gotta be you got hurt from a relationship. You could have been hurt from a fucked up home. So when somebody come to love you and they really love your ass, it just seems like this. I don't, you out to do something. You got a hidden agenda. It don't seem like, nah, I love your black ass, but like you ain't used to that. So like they say, hurt people, but you got to let that shit go because there's people out here who love us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them love on you, man, because you're going to die one of these days. Who going to be there to be like, I love this nigga?
it takes for them to experience it and know what actual genuine love is before they can trust it and understand it, because there's probably been tons of people that actually generally fuck with you, but because your shield was up, because you wasn't raised by that, all you know is tit for tat.
And these females nowadays, they always, I don't need a nigga for nothing. Yes, you do. You don't want to change no ties. You don't want to take out the trash. You don't want to pay all the bills. Do you want to pay all the bills, bitch? No, you don't. You want a man in here. Do you want to keep running your fingers through your... No, you need a man in here. Or whatever you do, sexually. If you like women, that whatever. But nobody, I don't think nobody's designed to be alone all their life. You know what I'm saying? We need companionship. We need... What's the good of having all the money or all this and all that? You can't kiss somebody in the mouth and be like, I love you, man, and really mean it, man. Or look at some little ones that y'all created together. Man, that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing to repopulate and one day hold some grandkids and stuff like that, man. That's what every man really want, you know what I'm saying?
See a little version of yourself.
Yeah, you want your legacy to go on. You want to talk a little shit, and fade off into the sunset. That's what we really want to do. We don't want to go do, man. If I'm still doing what I was doing at 20 in my 40s, man, it's on me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? First of all, this is my new motto, 2021. Don't waste dick hards. All dick hards matter. I know they say Black Lives Matter, but all dick hards matter. No, I'm telling you, you cannot waste dick hards. So therefore, like, all that rubbing one out the porn or going to strip club, that's over. All dick hards got to count. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time you waste a dick hard, it sounds like a Pac-Man life. So all your dick, you 35, so you got about a good 1,200 dick hards left. Make them all count. You know what I'm saying? When you get 40, shit don't work like it's supposed to, man. Like you got all that gas station pill. No. That shit, you gotta eat right and all that, sleep well. You got to plan yourself. It ain't hitting on what you think it's hitting on at 4. I was the man at 35. Shit, I would waste a dick. I hit 2 or 3 Jones in one day, go home to my old lady. ain't no more nut coming out. That shit look like LeBron James when he do that powder clap. You know what I'm saying? Just burning them all up because I could. But now, shit, man, I got old lady 30 years old, man. She tearing my ass up, man. I can't keep up with her, man. But you know, I look back on that, like, damn, if I'd have, because there's a lot of ugly Jones I hit, or Jones I had no business even hitting. I wasted a dick hard fuck with the bitch. A lot of bitches don't even deserve your time or your penis. But we men, we think we gotta conquer everything. Man, it ain't no value in that. Now ain't no, the mystique is gone. Before you hit a woman, it's kind of like you can hold some cards. But once you hit her, she know the mystique gone about you. Now you got to come out your pocket now. Like, nigga, I know what you hitting on, nigga. You got 2 moves. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no mystique or about you no more. So women can do that. They can fuck us mentally without fucking us physically. You know, we physical creatures. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn, I ain't gotta fuck this broad physically. I can fuck her mentally and get more about of it. What can she bring to the table? Can she help me get to the next level where I'm trying to get in my life? Not just on a relationship. Everybody, you ain't meant to screw all your female friends. Some of them put in your life to help you talk to certain people that you couldn't get talked to because they know how to talk that talk. We don't want to hear all that. How much and where I gotta be at. That's all. We want to cut and dry. But you gotta have some good females on your team that love you for who you are, but a lot of them you can't poke. And I had to learn that because I was trying to poke them all. It was play sisters. Oh yeah, that's my play sister. Yeah, I done had brothers. I was in their wedding. Their husbands to this day don't even know. I you know what I'm saying? Like this, but that ain't about nothing. I don't know that nigga. You know, my friend, my loyalty was to her, but he think, oh yeah, it's sis. I ain't my sis, man. I ain't my sis, man. That's why I don't trust that pray sis shit. I don't trust that shit, nigga.
Nah, I don't do that work husband shit.
Yeah, I don't do that shit. I knock a nigga, man. Where that nigga at on your family portrait? I don't see that nigga. None of your family pictures. That nigga ain't your family, man. I don't trust that shit. Shit.
So, what was your first actual stand-up performance?
Club 12, right there on 8th Street. That was my first one. I had to do 3 minutes. It was when like I told you, I told you about him dying, and I finally went. It was a competition that night. I went. The first night I went, I won the $25. They was like, you gotta get up here and do a joke for 3 minutes. And I kept going. They was like, keep going. But I was just talking. I was drunk. Just buried my man. I'm just talking shit. I'm going through a divorce, and you know, they just gave me a mic, and I ain't had nowhere to go. I was like, I ain't got nothing to do but go back home. You know, I just talking shit, and people were sitting there like, this nigga crazy. But it just came out naturally, and I won it. I went up and introduced me as Simonsays. I was like, damn, I told him my name was Simon, you know what I'm saying? And that was, he take credit for every time I see him. I gave you stage name, I appreciate you. But yeah, that shit just came out naturally, and I just was, it's something about laughter, man. It's something about when you make people laugh, and you just sitting there like, oh man, this shit like, honestly, no homo shit. It's like, if everybody in the audience laugh, I'm just standing there going like this, like y'all all laughing at my dumb ass, and
instant gratification.
Oh man, I done shows where it was thousands of people, man. Miami Takeover, it was like one of my biggest shows, man. I was at theater. I was like, man, people to this day be like, man, you was the funniest one. And they had national headliners. I was like, you know, and listen, that weekend in Miami, it was a DMV Takeover. I felt like a king. Drinks on. I got your drink, Simon. I got your drink tab, Simon. I'm cool. You can stay one more night. My flight. I got you. Damn. I had Bama's big dudes take my card. You gonna need a security nigga. In a few years, you gonna be that. Man, I felt like this was 2017. I felt like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying. But you came back home. You know, like, damn, I gotta leave the DMV. That's when I left, you know what I'm saying? That's not like I gotta get the fuck up out of the DMV. Like I said, I had to come back for some family stuff, but that was the whole movement. Like, all right, so you know, I was like, ain't nothing being taped, ain't nothing being aired. Let me go try to get on this TV credit, and then I can come back and do stand up. I can go to Netflix and be like, hey, I do stand up too. Give me a special. You know, that's my whole way of thinking now. Like, I'm gonna get in these movies, get that blue check, get something. Oh. Now let me, I can do the stand up too. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Whatever they offer me, I don't care if it's 20,000, you know what I'm saying? I just want to get it out there because I know once they see me, then it's like, oh shit, like, then I can go back the next time and negotiate. Because I got HBO special jokes that I ain't never said on stage, but I know it'll get snatched by a bigger comedian. I gotta take that to a TV platform. I can't just say that on the Instagram, because a bigger comedian be like, oh, I'm taking that, I'm snatching that. And it don't matter if it's your word against theirs if you said it first. So
you ever thought about putting yourself in a situation where you shoot your own special and then bring it to the platform?
Yeah, I think about it every day, but I just, I don't have the knowledge of how to get it to the mainstream until, like, I did learn how to do it as far as getting on Amazon Prime in Atlanta. I saw a lot of people doing that. I did do that, but I was so focused. My mission in Atlanta was acting, getting these acting careers, getting up with the right rapper, getting on. And I was starting to link with a lot of underground rappers, getting on they was doing like movie style videos, and like, if you've been enough of them, people like, well, I keep seeing this dude in all these videos. Who this nigga? Like, who is he? Like, who is this nigga? Like, I keep seeing him on all these upper underground. These nigga got 1 million views. You might not know him, but the people who watch all this stuff, they like, I keep seeing him. He must be somebody of importance. That's what's my whole claim to fame down there, because I understood the whole thing, the landscape down there. They're not gonna let you in unless somebody stamp you. Then you got to be nice once they stamp you. Because they're not just gonna say, he funny, but he ain't from here. They ain't gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you put that time in down there, been there for a while, or you born there, they ain't rocking with you down there. But I'm like, I'm home now. It's so much easier that I'm back home now. I ain't gotta, I mean, things are slower up here now because a lot of stuff closed down. It's like far as comedy club and all that. But I got so many ideas. My man, shout out to David Ruffin. He just hit me. He was just texting me just now. He just hit me up about casting for this movie they putting together. Now he casted. Well, he ain't really had to cast for it. He one of the main characters. He want me to cast for this role. It's like his OG. And I always been like his OG anyway, so this gonna be natural. So, it's time to go to the next level here. You know what I'm saying? Like, step up the game. I see a lot of people were stagnant that I'm gone. A lot of people still ain't really do nothing, Shout out to my homegirl, Jessica Larius. I watched her. I remember when she didn't have a phone, I was working at the cell phone store manager, and I helped her get a phone. She took off, and every time she come to Atlanta, she text me, come hang out. I hang out, and I would just pick her brain, like, hey, you, boom, 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 like, a lot of people don't even know, she just recently moved to Atlanta just like about 2 weeks ago. But, like, she had stayed loyal to, Wild 'N Out, she probably, Fox, the little rail show, they only picked up for a couple of six shows. They gave her the advance money, 3.5 up front. So shorty, the whole life changed. You know what I'm saying? So, I just watched her come from that, and that's like, man, just keep going, man. It ain't over. No matter how old I get, it's a marathon, not a race. And it's because you see people. That was my biggest thing. I see people pass me, like, damn, like, but your walk and your journey gonna be different, and your reign on top gonna be longer because you had to go through more. And I had to understand that.
I mean, like you said, things don't happen for people till they ready for them, or what I'm saying, it's the right time and opportunity.
But I had to understand that though.
Yeah,
I had to understand that. Because it's easy to say that, but do you understand that? And now you have to be cool with who you are. Like, man, okay, and be happy for them. Like, that's another thing. Be happy for other people shine.
Genuinely happy.
Genuinely happy. No hate. Don't ask them, man, put me on. No. Because if they wanted to, they want. I'm out to help you. If they want to, they will. You
got some advice.
But we got some advice for me. Yeah, exactly. Like, I asked her, like, how do you book your shows? And she told me she charges $10 per chair, and she only doing certain venues. That's how I wanted to ask, how could I get more money out of these shows? Now I understand, like, in order to get this type of money, I gotta ask, when the question comes with the promoter is, how many seats is available? Because it ain't about how many people you think coming, because I don't care about that no more. I mean, you got 1,000-seater. Okay, I need XYZ per seat in my mind. That's how I come up with my price. And then she tells me that before she even come out on stage, she have somebody on her team go out there and count every chair to make sure they didn't sneak an extra 100 chairs out there. Because she not coming out until they readjust the money. that's business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand the business side of it. That's a whole nother aspect of this. Like, you can be talented, but do you understand the business mind of it? Because that's how you're going to get screwed if you don't understand that business.
Okay. So, do you remember your first distinctive bomb?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't say it was a bomb. My thing was I have a problem with doing, I did then, that now I don't. I had a problem with doing smaller rooms, like 6 people in a crowd, 10 people in a crowd. You know, because laughter is contagious. So if like you don't want to be the only one in the crowd, it's easy to make a big room laugh. It's just easier.
Mm-hmm.
But like just sitting there, just cheers, and it's like crickets. It's like, but me, I'm like, this ain't gonna define my career. You got to go through them nights. You got to go through that. That shit make you stronger. Mm-hmm. And it's a comedy gods are humbling you. It always happened after I'm on this high ass wave. I done all these rooms, killed all these rooms. Somebody be like, come do my mom's 50th birthday party. And I know I should say no, but I ain't doing nothing that weekend. And then it's a range of 5-year-old kids to 70-year-old adults. And I know with the kids in the room, I can't get jiggy like I want to. You understand what I'm saying? So my type of material, the type of comedian that I am, I had no business even taking these type of shows, but I'm going to do it because I'm going to challenge myself. And I always bomb. I'll be like, why do I keep doing these type of events where it's like 5-year-old little man here and it's a 7-year-old lady that just really ain't paying no attention, that don't want to hear me cussing. But I know where I am, you know what I'm saying? But it's always them type of shows that humble you, like, you got to make everybody laugh.
Stepping stone.
Yeah.
So, my experience, and I think people can agree with me, 2020 is kind of like prison mentally. So, they say when people go to prison, they come out with a new skill. And if you didn't, you wasted your time while you were sitting down. Can you say you came out of 2020 with a new skill?
Absolutely, bro. I came out with understanding business side of everything. Everybody now they want to go viral as far as comedy. They want to go viral. They want the likes. They want the followers. But that shit don't equivalent to shows and money. So now I came out with networking skills. I don't know if you're familiar with Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Clubhouse is a big thing with me as a network. I don't be in the little hood rooms. I be in the rooms where you cast and you read the script you trying to cast or something. Mm-hmm. And I was able to talk to people because everybody was sitting still. I was able to talk to people that's putting on stuff all over the world. Just talking network. I've always had to be the one to go out and network. Mm-hmm. I could never sit in this network having a conversation, call me network. I never had the time because I always be like, I got to go hit these clubs and network. But 2020 kind of slowed me up to be like, ain't nothing going on. What you going to do? Like, yeah, Atlanta was open, but people was coming to Atlanta to party. So, like, I was meeting them kind of people, but like, especially from August, I was really able to sit down and this person in California, we going out there, and they coming out here, they shooting this and they casting for this. I was able to learn how to enhance my networking skill 2020.
Okay. Networking is important, not just getting into an audition, but knowing who's the casting director, who's doing the production, who's doing the directing, key people that make movies or productions happen. And a lot of people don't think that way, especially in the entertainment field like yourself.
You better. Cause you think you just gonna keep making funny videos on Instagram, but that don't do nothing, man. That don't do nothing. Like, you ain't gonna be nowhere with that stuff. So, I'm putting my foot on their ass this year, but I ain't gonna really talk about it. It's gonna be a lot of me doing it. And now that my personal life I had to move back here to get my personal life together. I got to take care of my pop. So that made me feel a lot better because being 10 hours away, that was kind of, I'm my only child. So that was kind of like, I wasn't at ease. He up in age now, but now I'm back. I'm able to see him every day, and I know he good, or when he ain't good, I know how to help him. That put a peace on me. That put a calm on me. You understand what I'm saying? And I got a lot of stuff that had to right the wrongs back up here, get a relationship that I fucked over before I left. I'm able to, man, look, man, I was wrong. I was going through something. I was grieving. My mom had died. My grandma died. Back to back, my uncle died. I wasn't myself. And it's just apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm sorry, bro. And if they don't fuck with me again, I can live with the fact that I said I was sorry. And I really meant it. And so I'm looking forward to doing that and building back relationships, things like that I kind of like fucked over before I left. And I'm just being real with you. Like, I was on some fuck the world type shit, but you know, you can't go like that because the world don't owe you nothing. Down as you lose somebody or you go through something, it ain't the next person's fault. But I kind of like took it out on a lot of people around me that I shouldn't have.
Yeah. I mean, they gonna look at it like anybody else. Like, you're not the only person going through something.
Yeah, of course. But nobody could tell you how to go through something. Yeah. Everybody go through something different. My thing was I lashed out. You know, just I felt alone, so it was like, you know, fuck you, because I had that mentality: is you gonna let me down? It's just a point of win. Instead of me giving you a chance to say, it ain't fair for me to judge you. Like, me and you just met, T, and I know Pat for 35 years. Mm-hmm. You know what type of dude he is. Somebody that come to me and be like, man, you know your man Pat, man, he a shady motherfucker. In my mind, Pat ain't never done nothing shady to me. It's just that he probably don't fuck with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But if I heard that in that time, I'd be like, man, this nigga shady motherfucker. I got my guards up for you. And you ain't even out to do nothing to me. You just ain't fuck with the person over there. You just like, you felt like you can get over on them. So sometimes you do take advantage of that. That's just nature of the beast. But now I started, you know, me and you ain't there done you ain't there wrong with me. So that ain't got that. What you did with them over there ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and you ain't there had them problems. I ain't there had them problems out of, let's just say, Pat. Always been loyal. But I mean, I'm quite sure if he asked people around, then they probably like, man, fuck that nigga. Or I done heard the same thing about him. He done heard that about me. But me being my man, what's this shit about? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's what it was. And it's a real conversation with me and him. Like, I ain't fuck with that nigga. I felt like he was sweet or she was sweet for us. So I took advantage of it at that time. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But that don't mean it was right. But that's what I did. You know what I'm saying?
If somebody came to me like that about one of my folks, depending on the age of the person, depending on how far I'll get into it, because like this was a youngin, and they speaking on somebody, it's like, all right, is it because of the way you felt after your interaction, or is it because it was actually a grimy thing? Because I don't know this person to be grimy. Mm-hmm. So what happened? You know what I'm saying? Or are you the type of person that, you know what I'm saying, like to speak ill of people when they're not around? Because grown men don't do that
Don't do that shit, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
and grown men don't sit around and listen to that shit either.
Exactly. So if you had a problem with him, why are you telling me about it?
But you can't go to that motherfucker. He approachable.
Exactly. So whatever happened right then and there, you felt intimidated or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, that you couldn't say it in front of that person. So you need to check yourself, because, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck? Right. You're telling me that, what am I supposed to do?
Right, I can't.
Should I text him?
Right.
Should I, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go back and tell him what you said.
Cause that's gonna look like you sitting around talking about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might like, fuck you, man. Like I'm gonna be the type of nigga to be like, certain people you can't even talk crazy to me about. Cause I'm a FaceTime right then and there. Hey man, what this nigga talk? What's up with this nigga right? Wild ass nigga saying this. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Then that's what it is. Cause I'm the type of nigga that's gonna you can't talk crazy about certain people to me. Yeah. I ain't going for that, you know what I'm saying? But like you say, grown men don't sit around and entertain that shit.
Exactly. So for me, 2020 took away movie theaters, and that was my piece. I enjoyed going to the motherfucking movies on like early on a Saturday or a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I catch the first show, least amount of people in the theaters, and I rock out to whatever I wanted to see. What did COVID take away from you that isn't available now?
Well, I had already stopped really clubbing, so that don't matter. But COVID took away. I ain't gonna lie, it's just little things. I miss going to Giant, going to the salad bar. You know, it took away that. It took away from me going around my family like I want to, because now it's like, you know,
Yeah.
you know, you hear people, oh yeah, I had COVID last week. That's why I ain't want to buy old. Like, damn, like, hold up, Joe. Like, you know, like that's some real life shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, especially that first wave, you know, that's like, all you got is like a common cold. You can get rid of it real fast unless you got some illness. But when that first wave hit, it was like, damn, like you really was scared, bro. Like you was like, people was living in fear. Like
they was keeping you if you went to the hospital.
Yeah, that too. Like, but you know, I had already started changing, so a lot of things I was doing away with. But it was that if I was still clubbing, it really would have hurt me because I was in the clubs heavy. I was going out every night drinking and all that, partying. But I'm glad I got over that and was able to get business minded. But I ain't really. It changed me as far as going to my family house. Like I wouldn't want to go. I like to pull up on my family like I want to. But now with COVID, it's like, y'all. I see my little cousins. They party and they still out like it ain't real. Like I ain't about to go around them right now. Like let you chill out, bro, because you 23, you still wild. And I see you,
you all over.
Yeah, you all over the place. You know, I can't do it. But other than that, nah, it's been cool. I can't complain.
2 things I would like to do post world opening back up. Let's go to Red Lobster and sit down and enjoy me a nice ass meal with some fresh ass biscuits. I don't like the carry out shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same. And go see Backyard at the Howard Theater. You know, that's one thing that I didn't take advantage of in 2019. I haven't took a vacation like a real actual, not no staycation.
Right, where
like
you go get on a plane and go or drive
4 years. So right now I'm saving up. I'm gonna spend the holidays in Hawaii because apparently leaving the country means you gotta take this vaccine that's going around, and I'm not gonna be a T virus except.
Well, Hawaii not even in this is that's still part of the United States though, so you cool with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like it's saying if you leave the country.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They expect you to take the vaccine.
Hawaii, beautiful though, man.
You know, so I'm gonna check that out. I haven't been yet, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do at the end of 2021. So I can't speak for everybody else. I mean, you know the shit that kills me, and I know this is very random me saying this. People that stress out over like Christmas shopping and shit like that in October and November. Like you had all year.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I honestly I start shopping in August and September. Like I'm done by Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like something that hasn't come out yet, or something I'm gonna pick up like a gift card or something like that. I'm not doing all that.
Bulk of it's already done.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that extra shit going into the mall with a bunch of people. And now you gotta be in a situation where you go out anywhere shopping, you gotta be masked up and dealing with a whole bunch of ignorant people. Or it was hard enough before. You know what I'm saying? But now it's worse when you gotta wait in line to get into certain places and shit like that. I ain't got time for that. I never was. I'm like you. I want to get in, I want to get out, and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm in some place chilling and I'm enjoying the vibe. You know, so and that's a whole different thing.
But yeah, shopping is different now. That's why everybody going to Amazon.
Hey, look, I tell everybody. And I do mean I tell everybody. In the beginning of this year, matter of fact, Valentine's Day, when I first started hearing rumors about a possible quarantine because they was talking about this shit on the news and the little sidebars and shit on CNN about coronavirus. But everybody kept saying they was bringing up that movie. And I'm like, I don't really know nothing about it. It wasn't until March where people, you know what I'm saying, the shit started getting more serious and then the quarantine happened. But if you don't buy some goddamn Amazon stock, Target stock, Walmart stock, like you shop there every day, pay your fucking self. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the stupidest shit. I got a homeboy that's down in Florida, my home dog Hound. I'm pretty sure he's not listening to this, but I'm gonna send him a link because I mentioned him in this shit. And this man stay in the polo shop. I said, bruh, you go up in that junk, you know what I'm saying, probably every 2 weeks, spend a nice little penny. Pay your fucking self, dog. You know what I'm saying? Put your money back in your pocket because you growing their revenue. Why not put, you know what I'm saying, get something back for it? And people don't think like that. When I seen where the shit was gonna hit the fan, I invested in Disney, Microsoft, and it wasn't until after March, but I invested in Zoom. Zoom stocks went from $23 a share in February to like $279 right now.
That's how Clubhouse gonna be once they open it up to the public. Clubhouse stock gonna go crazy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch of things that you can implement that don't take a whole bunch of money. I mean, look at the cost of Bitcoin. Look at the cost of Apple stock and shit like that. Yeah, you don't have to buy a full share, but you can get to a point to where you can afford a full share. You know what I'm saying? Find something else. White Petroleum, the people that own Exxon. You know what I'm saying? When travel was down back in like May and June, the shares was like $10 a share. I bought like 50 shares. That shit went up in August to like $23 a share.
She was like
that shit paid my rent for the next 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to wait till I got paid to have, you know what I'm saying, have money. You know what I'm saying? But now I got a small portfolio of shit that's growing, and I'm watching like how tech moves and shit like that. So I know where to put my money at. So then I'm not relying on a company's 401k. I mean, I have one, but I'm not relying on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not what everybody privy to. They only think about, you know what I'm saying, I gotta pay this bill. When I get paid, I gotta push this back until you don't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
Living check to check. Yep, I understand.
So I can't speak for everybody else, but put yourself in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you're not always trying to figure out how to survive to the next day. You know what I'm saying? And the motto I live by to this day that I've been living for like the past 7 years: stop letting life get in the way of living. You know?
That's deep.
So that's what I focus on. I can't speak for everybody else. So let me ask you a question. Who would you rather go on tour with? Eddie Griffin or Mike Epps?
Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin? Why Eddie?
That's one of my top 5, first of all. And then the moves he made from, at one point, he was about to be one of the most dominant figures in stand-up if he didn't chose to go to Malcolm and Eddie route. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was, you know, Mass P.A. gave him that money. He was top dog, but, you know, I just like, I'm a fan. So, you know, like, I'm a fan of his. There's no knock on nothing against Mike Epps. He a brilliant dude. He stayed relevant all this time. So you got to take your hat off to him. But it's just my style of comedy and picking his brain and learning something from him. You know, it's like him and Corey Holcomb, like, they're like in my top 5. I just like their style of comedy. It's just a personal reason probably why, because I'm a fan of his, you know.
Yeah. Who's your top 5?
Eddie Griffin, Richard Pryor, Corey Holcomb, Lisa Lampanelli. And we just talking about stand-up, but we talking about body of work, because
stand-up.
Them 4, and his work ethic, you know, because of work ethic. No, because he said stand-up based on stand-up. Based on stand-up, Robert Harrison.
Okay.
Robert Harrison. I like that flat-footed, shock values type comedy. Like, oh, nigga ain't say that. I'm a fan of that. Like, oh God, like shit that you don't want to laugh at, they make you laugh at. It's like, nobody want to laugh at abortion jokes, but Corey Holcomb, I see people walk out to me, I'm like, yo, this dude is ignorant. Shit, and to work with him, I actually met him and worked with him. I was like, oh shit, nigga, you ain't gotta pay me for this one. You know, I do this one for free, but you know, that's just my style. And you ask in my opinion, you ask a rapper or you ask a comedian who's their top 5, you can kind of get an idea of their style because you mimic who you like. And I had to stop watching so much of them. Now I do. When I watch comedy, I don't watch them no more. I try to learn from
Albums.
not people that you don't even know, but I just watch what makes them tick. Like I can see the call back, I can see the punchline, I can see how he's setting it up, I can see where he's struggling at. I can see some comedians they don't have championship rounds around 8, 9, and 10. If they're an hour in, you can see them struggling because it can be somebody can say you can do an hour, but it could be a first hot 15 minutes, the rest 45 minutes is struggling. So I've seen comedians that I know they championship rounds, they still coming with it. Like, damn, like he's still funny. We 40 minutes in, like like when you see 40 minutes on TV, that's 2 hours because they got to chop it up.
Yeah.
So, damn, like this dude, he a beast. I just respect the game. So, you ask me, Eddie Griffin, my top 5. That's the only reason why my top 5. Lisa Lampanelli, she pushed the envelope with the race shit, but she can get away with it. But it works, and it's like shock value. I like that kind of.
What do you think about Chappelle?
Yeah, he cool, hometown hero, but it's just stand-up thing that's just not, to me, that's not what I like. I don't like. But I think he touches on, I've seen him skateboarding down Connecticut Avenue, come to DC Improv, and he can talk 3 hours and still, he's funny as hell. Political, he talks, he can go, but just not my style.
I listened to Dave Chappelle. There was a recording he did. I forgot the name of the club, but this was one, CD Man. What I'm saying? So sold me a jump when I want to say he was in Ohio, but I could be mistaken. This was like 2005. And he was talking about going to Disney World. And he was saying how Disney World will trick you, and it's not really for black people because you get up there and you go on a certain ride and it says no cussing. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna say when I'm on this fucking ride? Yippee and Skippy and all this other dumb shit. And he made this joke about him cussing out some little white kid who stepped on his shoe, and they knocked him out, and he's like, take him to Mickey's Tower. And fucking Mickey Mouse walked in with his shirt off, drinking a bottle of Jack, and was like, you want to cuss in my world? But right then and there, and I think Killing Them Softly was like just hit. And I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that stand up. And I knew him since the movie Screw came out with him and Norm Macdonald and Half Baked and all that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this motherfucker says the shit that I think about on a normal. Like when I have conversations with my folks, and Pat will tell you, they always say, man, you should be a comedian. I said, no, I'm not a comedian. But what I can do is tell a story about my life that'll make you laugh, because it can be the craziest or the wildest shit. And I'm going to say it to you with the straightest face ever, because it, like you say, to me at the time, the shit wasn't funny, and I still feel that way. It's crazy and it's laughable now, but it wasn't funny then when it was happening.
Funny thing about Chappelle is, for a while, I ain't know who he was, but I ain't gonna say his name. It's his mentor. I used to work with his mentor a lot. He know who it is because he just praised him on his last specials. He just gave him a shout out. But I was saying too much. I'm gonna say too much. The Chappelle show, he didn't give homage to my OG, and that was his OG. And half of the stuff skits that he wrote was my OG's jokes, and my OG, they would have saw each other back then, and Bernie Mac voice would have been some furniture moving. So I kind of used to go on the road and hear my OG tell these jokes, and people be like, that's the Chappelle show jokes, but they don't know that it came from him because he was his mentor. He was Chappelle's mentor. And they had to right that wrong. It was them two beef. But just to know that we be on the road, and be on the road, them comedians from the area, they drug of choice is cocaine. So do his little shit, drink his little yak, and get to talking. And I used to be like, damn, how can somebody do somebody like that? But Chappelle ain't never wronged me though. But my OG, who is well respected, pick up the phone for me anytime. They cool now. They broke him off. They cool now. You know what I'm saying? He know what he did, but like I say, you know, for a long time I was like, damn, man, he was cold blooded doing it. You know what I'm saying? Did his OG like that because, you know, it was kind of like I see these jokes. I see them on YouTube. This was before the Chappelle show came out, but it was the same. It's like, you know, somebody like, oh, he stole that, but you know, the world didn't know that, but I knew it. But I kind of looked at him like, damn, he just like went cold blooded. He should have knew he backdoored him. He could have gave that man something. And I started, you know, like, you know, he got blackballed out of the game for years. You know what I'm saying? Like when he said no to that 50 million, he got blackballed. He was still doing it. He was back on the chilling circuit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't getting in movies and all that. Like, you know, he wasn't hot like he was back when the Chappelle show was out. He got blackballed out of the industry. He just got back up when Netflix picked him back up. So you know, karma is a bitch. I say that, you know what I'm saying?
No.
But, you know, that's that they righted that wrong and that's they beef and all is well. So who am I to, you know, but for a long time, bro, because I had to hear it we out of town. But you know, shout out to my man. He hear this, he'll definitely understand. I respect him. And I you know, it was just at that point I would go to war with this man. Like you couldn't say nothing wrong with me about my OG because we was in the he didn't have to be in the trenches. He was giving me the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here like, damn, like you well respected. You don't Martin Lawrence, you don't watch them telling me stories. How you remember you from Landover. People don't even know Martin was the store manager at the Sears right here in Landover Mall for years at the shoe department. You know, he was the manager running that. You go in there and try your shoes on, you know, his side. Martin was there going to Parkdale High School. That was his job over there at Landover Mall at the Sears for a long time before he got, you know, before he went out to go tape the spinoff to What's Happening Now. No, that was his first jump. He got out there with when Raj and Shirley and them grew up, but you know, he went out to Burbank, California. She died. He had to come back home, and then he got on with the Spike Lees and all that of the world, and the Def Jam, and you know, that was history after that. But you know, he was telling me stories about that. You know, like my tax lady Teresa, she went to prom with Martin. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was lying. Going to her house, big ass prom picture of him and her. So, you know, definitely comedians of this earth. It ain't a comedian from that earth that from here that I study the game. I'm a student of it, so it was like I had to. What was up with them? I had to ask, and he been around. If I say his name, you'd be like, oh yeah, legend. But I ain't gonna call his name because you know I don't know who will listen to this. But because I see your face, like, wait, who the fuck you talking about? Yeah, it's some real shit. Like I'm telling you, Chappelle Day was not a good day. You didn't bring him around this man a couple of years back. You know, you go watch the special. He shouted about, said about OG.
I know he's talking.
Yeah, but he listen. I thought it was all good, but somebody told me, "Hey, don't say that name around him. You about to be working with him. He take you on the road with you. He like you. Don't mention that name." But it was until like Tommy Davis and him got together. And they started talking about it, and I'm sitting back there. We on the show. I'm sitting back there like, damn, wow, like they really talk about this shit in front of it. Yeah. They ain't care who walked in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah. Well, you reap what you sow, right?
Yeah. Nobody's not prone to it. You don't care where you at, top of the world, bottom borough. You definitely reap what you sow.
Yeah, what happens in the dark gonna come to the light.
All the ways, always.
So, let me ask you another question. Man, who would you rather see, you know, in a live performance? Tiffany Haddish or Leslie Jones? Like if you was in town and it was, you know, two shows going on across the street from each other. But then you can only see one that night.
There's two shows going on. I'm by myself?
Sure.
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish?
Although I think Leslie's funnier, but I'm gonna go see Tiffany.
Have you ever seen her before?
Who?
In person?
Who, Tiffany?
Yeah.
No, not in person, no.
Okay.
Not in person. I know Leslie's funnier, but I'm gonna just go see Tiffany because they trying to like put her in that spot as the top female dog. I just gotta see it for myself.
Okay.
That's all. Because I know the TV stuff, that's chopped up.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's on YouTube where it's raw. I gotta see it for myself. That's all. It's just a personal thing that I have. I gotta see if she who they say she is.
Yeah.
And, you know, they done stamped her as that number one female in the game right now. I just want to see it, you know. And it's, I don't know. I just know Leslie funnier from what I see, but I haven't seen her perform live either. So
yeah, the proof is in the pudding. Leslie Jones,
she's a beast.
Is a beast.
She's a beast. But I expect that. Man, if I was on a date night, I'm going to see Leslie. But for me, the measurement, how I study the game, just for my personal vendetta, I gotta go see Tiffany.
Okay.
If that makes sense. It's just being a student of the game, I just gotta go see her.
Yeah, I think that I've seen Leslie Jones like 15 minutes of her set in person.
She's a beast.
And it's always one of them happenstance, hey, let's go to this spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I just so happened to, you know what I'm saying, catch the shit. And I was like, man, why does she look familiar? You know, that's the shorty from da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, shit, that's what's up. And Tiffany Haddish, I've seen like little 5-minute little parts or bits of her stand up, but I haven't seen her raw and in her element. And I would rather see that than, I mean, don't get me wrong, she does good in movies and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's that real shit.
Yeah, the movies is written, scripted. Like you can't, this is.
You know, to me, when a person's being themselves, that's when they're the funniest. Like as far as comedians go, you know what I'm saying. My god brother Dwayne Watts.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know I know Watts. You know that's my guy. Me and Watts, we was in the trenches. I started a little bit before Watts, but you know, like I watched Watts come up through he's working, pick my brain when he was working at the gym, Go's Gym over on Central Avenue. So you know, was that Go's? LA Fitness or Go's?
It was LA Fitness.
LA Fitness, yeah.
Before that, it was Bally's.
Yeah, when he had took a break, living in Laurel, he's like, I'm coming back, y'all. I'm coming back, y'all. I'm like, come on, dog, what you waiting for? I'm happy he got back, though. That's my guy. It's conversations we had off the late night that was like, man, you can't have this with certain people because he was, he understood, and I respect him for that. Like it's just certain comedians that I started out with or came through with, and it's just when I see him in a room, it's like, what's up? Because I know. You know that, you know, we different versus these newer comics. You know, they had the luxury of you ain't got to be funny, but you can go hit a stage every night. Not us. We was backpacking, catching buses all night long. DC hitting 3 or 4 stages. Whoever got the car riding around doing. You know what I'm saying? Like we been through. We was in the trenches. So yeah, shout out to Watts.
Yeah, fucking around with that nigga, he introduced me to my first stalker.
Your first stalker?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Shit. Nah, G shit. He
oh shit.
I was this was
2011.
I want to say 2011.
You paused just now. That was
because it's a wild story, right? So check this shit out, right?
Hey, when you do I was like, oh, it got
so 2010, I go to the doctor. Doctor's like, hey man, you about 100 pounds overweight for your height. I was like, how much I weigh? He was like 429. I was like, shit. I ain't feel it because I'm so used to being big or whatever. So I got on my shit. I started hitting the gym every other day, and I would walk, you know what I'm saying, for 2 miles on the days I didn't go to the gym. And I got down to I got down to 215 in a 10-month span.
You got down to 215? Damn, that's a lot of weight, Lord.
Yeah. In my first 6 months,
and your height too?
I got down to I got down to 325 the first 6 months, and that was all mostly food. So
That's what it is.
you know what I'm saying. So when I got down to 215, that was doing to me constantly doing cardio.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fucked up thing, I was still smoking at the time.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of counterproductive, but I still saw results. So I had a before and after picture in his office. He hit me up one day, probably like an hour after I left the gym. He said, "Hey man, one of my clients saw your picture.
Mhm.
It's like she thought she was cute. She, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She want to know if she can get your number." I'm like, "Come in picture." I saw the picture. She was looking all right. You know what I'm saying? She was definitely caked up on her chest. So I was like, all right, you can send her my number, whatever, right?
Mhm.
She get my number, she texts me. We texting back and forth, then we get on the phone later on and we rapping or whatever. And in the middle of the conversation, she's like, I want to ask you a question, but I don't want to say it over the phone. I was like, what type of elementary school shit is this, right?
Mhm.
So I was like, all right. She hung up the phone. She texted me. She was like, I don't want to go to bed by myself tonight. Would you mind coming over? I'm like, all right, no, where this
That
is
meant
going.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So she texted me her address. She stay in Mayfair. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, this feel like a setup.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying? So I was 25 at the time. Yeah, I was 25 at the time. Or 26 one. I don't remember. So I took the chance. But what I did do was I text 3 people the address and let them know what time I
Right.
was going over in case anything happened. You
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? This is the person, this is the number, all that good shit. So I go over her house. She answered the door in a towel, back still wet. I'm like, oh, I see what this is. You know what I'm saying? So sitting down in the living room, she come back, she get the movie, she get some popcorn and some wine. And she hit me with the DVD player's not working out here. Let's just go in my room. So I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. We lay on the bed, we watching a movie. We probably about 20 minutes into it. I wake up 4 hours later. It's 3 something in the morning. I'm in her bed in my drawers. She's laying on top of me, slobbing on my shoulder. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm talking about no memory of laying on her bed, no memory of taking off my clothes and folding them up and putting them on top
She
of my
drugged you?
shoes. Nothing. I'm like, you know how it is when you, let's say you black out of my house and you wake up in an unfamiliar room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking around like, where the fuck am I?
Mm.
And she's just on me. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. How the fuck did that? I'm like, is my dick wet? Like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
Yeah, you discombobulate, right.
I push her up by her forehead, get off me. She's like, what's wrong? I said, get off me. I get my clothes on, I leave. I immediately go home and I'm tripping. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened now. I'm like, my kidneys here. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And that's a very scary, fucked up feeling. I go to the doctor the next day, run that blood work. And at the same time, let me know if there's something in there that could, knock me out.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I got my results back, they said everything was clear and they couldn't find nothing else in my blood. And I'm like, I don't trust that shit. I'm like, Shorty, tell me what happened. She's like, you said you was tired, you laid down, and then we just was chilling. I was like, I don't remember none of that. I don't remember none of that. Like, honestly, I don't. I remember we was watching The Last House on the Left, and the movie was just, like I said, it was on for about 20, 25 minutes. And then black. Nothing. I still to this day have no memory what happened between that time and when I woke up. And I'm just like, man, what the fuck?
Hell, that's an eerie ass.
You know what I'm saying? So I I went through the couple days and I'm just like, all right, I need to get her out of my life. She was like blowing me up. I came up with this idea that I'm gonna cut her off on Friday. We can go out and get something to eat or whatever, right? We go to the what the fuck is that? Applebee's. Up there where the Jaspers is in Largo?
Yeah.
Okay, we go to the Applebee's. And I'm sitting down, we talking. I'm like, I'm texting people. I'm like, look, you going to be my emergency out of here. Call me at this certain time. Fake like I got emergency. I'm going to dip. In that process, I'm just going to be telling them, hey, this ain't going to work out. Blah, 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 blah. Be over with the shit. It's like everyone all of a sudden had plans and disappeared on me because I couldn't get nobody on the phone that night. Like no respond to texts. You would have thought that fucking Young Jeezy, Yo Gotti, and fucking Gucci Man was all in town and everybody went to the show that night. Like that's how I felt. Like, is this something going on that I missed? Like did the president get shot? Why ain't nobody picking up the phone? So I ended up having dinner with this broad. And I'm just like, fuck. Now, at the time, I had 2 phones, and I'm outside trying to call people on my work phone. I left my you know what I'm saying, my daily phone at the table. I go back, and my phone started ringing, and it was a ringtone I never heard before. She done took a picture of herself, put it in the contact, and changed the ringtone to Music Soul Child.
In your phone?
In my phone. Well, I was outside on the phone for like maybe 5 or 7 minutes. So that was strike 2. Strike 3 was we sitting there having a conversation while we drinking and eating and shit, and I noticed she had a medical alert bracelet on her wrist. So I was like, "Are you allergic to something?" She was like, "No. I get real bad epileptic seizures, so the doctors know not to give me, I guess, a certain drug or whatever." I was like, "That's kind of important information. You should tell me off break, so in case anything happens, I'm not doing nothing that could, harm you." Like and she just was treating it like a regular conversation. I'm like, "So you taking medication for that?" She was like, "Yeah, but I haven't taken it in 3 days because I don't like the way it makes me feel." I'm like,
she ain't taking it in 3 days.
Yeah, I'm like, that you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand your situation, but you can't put somebody in a situation where you could possibly, have a seizure, and then it's you springing that information on it. Like that's a medical emergency. You could die. So I just was like, I gotta go. I was like, I gotta go. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, I just thought about it. Shit, it's late. I got work tomorrow. I was lying like shit. But she didn't know that. I walked into her car, gave her a hug, said, I'll call you later on, whatever. And I go to my truck, and I beat my head on my steering wheel for about 15 minutes. I was like, this shit is crazy. Roll me a J. And I start my drive. She calls me. Now, she had told me that she had to go babysit for a friend who was going out that night. So when she called me, she was like saying that her friend canceled. She ain't got nothing to do now. I was like, well, I'm still going home. I gotta go to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So we talking. I'm coming down Bryce C Road, about to pass FedEx Field, right? Fucking deer comes out of nowhere. You know how that fucked up that road is now, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Deer come out of nowhere, almost hit the bitch. I'm like, oh shit. Slam on brakes. She was like, was that a deer? I was like, what'd you say? She said, was that a deer? Looking at my phone like, how the fuck you know that? She flashed her lights. She behind me. Yeah, that face. That's the face I had sitting in the middle of the road. I'm like, when did you get behind me? He's like, I never left.
Oh, hell.
And you see where I'm at now. That's how close I was to going home without me knowing she was behind me the whole time. She never knew where I stayed. I'm like, hell nah. And I'm saying this to myself, but I'm on mute. I clicked back over. I was like, yeah, my nerves is bad. I said, all right, just follow me to your house. I'll kick it with you for an hour, then I'm going home. She's like, cool. Man, the light turned green. I'm kicking it down Sheriff Road, doing like 65. I'm recording. And I'm doing like 65 coming down Sheriff Road, trying to lose this broad. She on my ass. I get to the top of Belhaven, light turn red. I fly past that bitch, didn't care about the ticket or nothing. She stopped. I get to the bottom, make that right on MLK. I come down Columbia Avenue. I come home. I cut my lights off. I cut my phone off. I go to sleep. I woke up to like 13 text messages and like 20 voicemails, all getting more excited and in progression as they go. Yeah, the shit was wild. So at the end of the shit, like 3 or 4 months go by. She obviously got the picture that, I didn't want to be involved with her. I could have done it a little nicer, but I was 20, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
My 20s, and that's how I
And you scared as a mother.
I get a random phone call from Washington Hospital Center.
Oh.
And it's her. And I didn't recognize the number, so I picked up. She was telling me that she was in the hospital by herself. She had a seizure. So, and I guess her family was out of town, so she had nobody to talk to. So I had the conversation with her. I was like, look, I handled things a fucked up way. I should have just been open, honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I knew things was gonna work out, but at the time, I figured that was the only way I knew how to handle the situation. And she was just saying how she missed me and all this other stuff. I'm like, look, you don't know me enough to tell me that you miss me, that you have strong feelings for me. I think you need to learn how to love and appreciate yourself and take care of yourself so that you're not dependent on somebody else to feel happy. You know what I'm saying? So I just, it was one of them life lessons I had to go through about how I carry myself and what I do to, seek pleasure from a female. You know what I'm saying? But I told my homeboy this story a few years ago, and he said something that fucked me up still to this day. He said, what if she did drug you and she had your kid and never told you about it? You have no way to get in contact with this bride. And I said, that's fucked up, but that's also true. That could have happened.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, gonna grow up without a father, I guess. Fuck that. Fuck that bitch. I don't give a fuck about that kid. That's one kid that'll never see me. No, I'm just fucking. Fuck that child. No child left alone my ass. That's over for that child.
Damn. I mean, hey, to each his own, right? So, all right. I got one more question, then I'm going to let you go.
Let's go with it.
Who do you think is funnier? Bill Burr or Jerry Seinfeld?
Funnier? Brilliant mind, Seinfeld.
Seinfeld?
Yeah, he just got a brilliant mind, man. It's just the writing, that cat, that pen, that guy, that dude's pen is vicious.
Yeah.
And you just don't, that show don't last that long by accident.
Nah, they did 10 seasons.
Yeah. I might have to go with Seinfeld.
It actually got progressively better as time went on. And I can say that.
You can see his brilliance as time went on, too. He was a brilliant man. And you don't have to like that style of comedy, but you got to appreciate the body of work he put in.
Man, I appreciated comedy ever since I was a kid. And it wasn't until I got a little older that I realized that, people play roles and they do it so well that they kind of, you know what I'm saying, get that image stuck in your mind.
That's them, right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see him in a different aspect, like, what is Prince Akeem doing as a cop in Beverly Hills?
Right.
Like this, where's his accent? This shit don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the character, yeah.
Exactly. So a lot of people, when they only see people in certain ways, they assume that they're only one person. And that goes true for all facets of life. And I don't think that, at least the Generation Xers will understand.
It's the generation Wi-Fi.
This generation right here is a whole different animal. And you know what? I don't want to say that it's our fault, but
it is.
We had old heads.
They don't have that.
They don't have that, and we actually we respected what old heads had to say. We didn't get what they were saying until we got older, but we took those lessons with us, you know what I'm saying, into adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what they doing. See, you become 12 or 13-year old and you see all this stuff on Instagram, you introduce into adulthood at a younger age than we were. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we was put in situations or saying shit that we wasn't supposed to see for years. You know what I'm saying? But the way we carry ourselves is a lot different from what they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we knew that, all right, I'm in some grown shit, but I'm staying out of grown folks' business. They think that they are grown, even though they're still children.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something that needs to stop. You know? So I can't make this shit up, people. Like you know what I'm saying? I see it every day. I witness it, and I really want that. I want a new trend of getting back to people showing more respect for people, and you know, more community shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I haven't been to a Kentland Day in I don't know how many years, and that's something I know I can't enjoy because I know younger people gonna fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Goes back to what I said earlier. Don't respect nothing.
Exactly. So I would like to help, you know, push something like that to the forefront of what we got going on these days because at the end of the day, it's all about connections and making those things happen. Everyone not gonna blow up doesn't mean we can't help elevate somebody else to.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to work on as a people. You know?
I agree.
But hey man, this has been dope.
Yeah, no bullshit. We just sitting here chilling. just sitting there having good conversations, man.
And that's the purpose of my show, to not only, you know what I'm saying, have real conversations, but talk about some real shit.
I appreciate you for having me, man.
Like you see, I rep for my man Ant Mofo. I got Mr. Lee coming on here next Friday.
My man, we work together. Yeah.
Decipher Clothing.
Yeah, that's my guy.
So, you know, I'm all about
it was kids, man. That was man.
Yeah,
I can't believe he rap, man.
Yeah. I think he said he got a battle next Sunday.
Yeah, he always send me the link to it. You know? He tough, man. He tough. That's my guy, man. He just was quiet as a kid, man. Just hard for me to believe he put the words together like that because I just don't remember him saying so much as a kid.
It's a dude that I know that I went to grade school with who had a vicious stutter, who has dropped several mixtapes. And I'm like, where's your stutter at? Like, nigga, you got over that shit, or it just don't happen when you rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain people, like, depending on what they doing, you know what I'm saying? That shit evil. Yeah. But once they chilling, then that shit will kick back up. I think that's funny and dope at the same time. But anyways, I ain't gonna take up too much more of your time. I know you got a nice little busy schedule on this nice little crazy Sunday.
Sir, let's watch these scans later.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the people where they can reach you at?
Everything Simon Says Crazy, Instagram, Clubhouse, Twitter. I ain't giving y'all my Facebook. Y'all ain't gonna look me on my government. That's personal, but Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse, Snapchat. If you do that. Simon Says Crazy, all one word, man. I appreciate y'all for having me.
And YouTube channel?
Simon Says Crazy.
Simon Says Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I look forward to doing this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I do want to pick your brain on a couple things because you dropped a couple of gems that I thought was very useful. So
appreciate that.
Until then, this has been another installment of the I Can't Make This Up podcast. I'm your host, the Land of a Legend, aka Big T. And you can find me everywhere podcasts are available. You can also find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I Can't, with a K, Make This Up podcast. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. And I'm taking all feedback, whether it be good or bad. So leave a comment, you know what I'm saying? And if it's bad, I'll delete it later on and block you with all that good shit. So, you know how it is. Till next time. Everybody take care.
Peace.
Peace.